right, stop the recording. I think we're good. We are online, raring to go. Good morning, everybody. This is LisaBug Mind Body Blend, where we take several formats and fuse them together. We have some Tai Chi to start and to warm up, to center, just to bring our mind and our body to connect. Focus a little bit on balance and controlled movement. So you're going to move the way your body feels best to move today with that. We've also got exercises that come from ballet barre. So I have a chair today, and we will access that to help us with balance for a few of our exercises. And then we're going to really work weight training today. Our theme of the month is strengthen, lengthen, and stabilize. So we're going to be strengthening the muscles head to toe with some moderate to light weights. And then also we've got lengthening, so a lot of stretching. We're going to work on a technique where we put a muscle on stretch before we activate it. And it's a really good technique for gaining strength. And then we've got stabilize as part of our theme. So a lot of core work and mostly working those deep internal muscles, the transverse abdominis. So I hope you're up for it and ready to go. So let's start just standing. And the feet may be separated about frontal hip bones distance apart. If you put your fingers right here in the front of the hips, this is called the ASIS, the anterior superior iliac spine. If you find those bones, that's where your legs should hang down from in that perfect parallel position. Soften your knees a little bit, but lift your shoulder blades back and extend through the crown of the head. And we'll just start to breathe in and let the arms float up. And breathe out about halfway down and let your palms face in towards each other. Breathe in and open out. Exhale to close. Breathe in, lift slightly. And breathe out. So there's 3 breaths. 3 patterns of movement. We come up on the inhale. Halfway down on the exhale, the palms face in. Inhale, open, let your ribs expand. Exhale, close. Inhale, lift slightly. And exhale, lower. One more time with that pattern. Halfway. Nicely done. So let's inhale halfway up. Pause here, hold. Exhale down and step your right foot out to the side. We'll step to the right into right ball. So right hand is on top. We're tapping the left foot. We'll unweight this foot. So pick it up. See if you have your balance. Step out to the side slightly, then weight that foot and roll the ball differently than what we usually do. So I'm rolling my right hand forward, my left hand on top till we come into left ball. So we'll pick this foot up, find your balance, extend it out, roll the ball forward. So the top hand always rolls forward. Unweight the foot, we'll step out, roll the ball forward. So you can always tap in here, or you can completely keep the leg unweighted as you step, roll the ball, and then lift it up. And step, roll the ball, and lift up. So where is your balance today? How is your grounding and centering? Activating your core. Let's do one more each direction. Step out, roll the ball. And step out, roll the ball. And then tap your left foot down. So we're into right ball. Let's rotate to the right. Step out left on the diagonal and part the wild horse's mane. So today, rather than switching sides, we'll step back from here into right ball. So unweight that left foot, Roll the ball with your arms until you're back into right ball. Prep to the right, preload. Step out leading with your heel, part the wild horse's mane. Gaze beyond your fingertips, so you're not looking at your hand, but you're looking away. Roll the ball and we'll step back in, tapping the toe, we're in right ball. Preload, rotate. Extend on the diagonal with the heel, part the mane, and step back in. One more time, rotate, step out, part the mane. This time we'll stay here. Shift your body weight and pivot on that left heel to face the foot forward. Step into left ball, so your left foot will come in. We'll do that same process to the other side. Preload, right foot steps out on the diagonal, parting the mane, gaze out beyond your fingertips. As you step back in, you'll roll your arms back into left ball. So now the left hand is on top. Preload. Step out, striking the heel, parting the mane. So you're bending that right knee, shifting your body weight, and then shift it back as you step back into left ball. 2 more times. Preload, rotate. Step out, striking the heel, and step back where you began. 1 more time, rotate, step out, part the mane, hold here, just shift your body weight, pivoting on your heel, and step into right ball. We'll step backward into repulse monkey. So stepping this left foot back, we open, the right toes pick up, block this front hand, look back to the back hand. Step your right foot backward into left ball, tapping the toe. 1 more repulse monkey. Step the right foot back, open out, left foot flexes, look back toward the back hand, and then step back into right ball. Let's open the legs and arms out nice and wide. Big 5-pointed star. Exhale and sink into goddess. So we're going to bend our knees, bend the elbows about 90 degrees. Try to flex your wrists as if you were holding 2 heavy objects. And inhale up, 5-pointed star. Stretch your fingers. Exhale, goddess squat. 2 more, checking in on your knees. Generous breath, activating those bicep muscles. 1 more time. And hold that goddess squat. We'll lower the arms down, staying deep into our squat. Circle your arms to the right side, straightening your legs, then bend your knees and soft block to the left. So we're gazing out over those fingertips. The arms circle low, down and around, up and block. 2 more repetitions. We're warming up our shoulders, activating the quads and glutes. Holding here with that soft block. Just trace your hands across to the opposite side. And then we lower the arms down. Circle, lift, and block. Circle. And flex those wrists. 2 more repetitions. And last one, breathe in. And hold the block. Trace the hands to the front. Let your arms drop and straighten the legs. Excellent. Let's inhale, reach. Drop the right arm, exhale, side stretch, just to really lengthen through the spine. And 1 more breath, inhale and exhale. And stretch both of those arms up, reach, and we lower down. All right, let's come into a position with our chair. So I'm going to drag it down to my mat. I have it where I can reach forward and place my fingertips on the chair. Let's come into parallel position. So I have my feet straight forward, nice and parallel, and we'll lift up on the balls of the feet as high as you can go. Activate your calf muscles and then lower down. And we'll lift and lower. You keep going with that. I'm going to start a little bit of music here just to get us onto a tempo and a pace. And find that range of motion that you enjoy coming up and down with those heels. Using the breath. Up and down. 3 more. Raise up on the balls of the feet and lower. And 2. Good momentum. And hold at the top. We're up. Good. We bend the knees down and up. So we're staying up on those toes. The heels are lifted. The body stays straight up and down. So we're not squatting and dropping the body forward. Come down, down, and up, up. So our calves are active the entire time we're doing this squat. In ballet or barre, this is known as the plie. And down and up. Explore your range of motion. We have 4 more. This is challenging. 3. Just using the chair for a little bit of balance. Your core does the rest. 1 more. And drop those heels down. Come into first position so the toes turn out. The heels are together. So we're in that little V. Come up and down. Up and down. This lift and lower in barre or ballet is called the releve. Now look at your posture. Are you standing as tall as you can? Shoulder blades back. Make sure you're not slumping. Squeeze your bum and your inner thighs really tight. 2 more. And raise up and hold. So we're way up on those toes. Now when we bend our knees, the knees open and come up. So I'm here, down and up. Body's nice and straight. And up. Now each time you come up, really squeeze your inner thighs. Try not to bend over here as you do that. So straight back as if you're sliding right down a wall. 4 more. Are you way up on the toes? That's called high half toe. 2 more. 1 more time, down and up. Drop those heels down. Turn your feet back to parallel. Step your right foot back. Stretch your calf muscle. Now make sure that foot is straight forward. If we turn it out a little bit, we lose the stretch. So we want to lengthen that muscle we just activated. Great. Let's switch sides. Stepping your left foot back. Press that heel down. Stretch. How does that feel for you today? Are you pretty tight in those calves? Try to keep that back leg straight. All right, let's come back up to center. We'll turn so you can use the chair with one hand. Stand on your right foot to balance. Bring your left knee up. We'll extend the leg straight and bend. Straight and bend. Now you can point your foot, you can flex it, but I want you to try to really get this leg straight. If your leg has to be lower, this is okay as well. Tighten it up. 8. Can you let go of the chair? 7. Maybe. 6. Look at your posture, shoulders back. 4. 3. 2. Hold it straight. We'll drop the leg slightly down and lift it up. Sometimes this is really challenging exercise. We've got the quad engaged, the hip flexor, the core, and we're lengthening our hamstring. Hold that leg back up, little pulses, up, up, up. Now in Pilates and barre, the idea is not to move your pelvis when you're doing these leg raises. Everything is really stable. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. Nicely done. Come to first position. Toes turned out. Take this left leg we work to the side, and we can slightly angle onto our chair. So you might have your forearm here. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Really good strengthener for that medial glute. Outer thigh muscle. And again, you can flex your foot if you like that the best. 3, 2, hold it up. Now keep it here and we bend the knee and extend. So we're activating our hamstring now while this hip is staying engaged. Good. So really stable here. Now bend that knee, hold it bent. You're going to push the foot to the back and in, to the back and in. Now you're firing this big, large glute muscle. The movement isn't very big. It's not big at all. We have 10 more. 9. Lightly using that chair for balance. 7. Do we feel this? Yes? Are we about to say uncle? I hope we can get 4 more. And 3. 2. Last one. Straighten the leg out and lower yourself down. Take that leg you just worked, cross it over into a figure 4 standing pigeon, and bend your knees and drop your chest over your thighs. Nice glute stretch, right? So after we strengthen, we're going to lengthen. Re-stretch that muscle group back out. Maybe you can let go of the chair and do this with balance. 2 more breaths. All right, let's rise up out of that stretch. You can turn around or just move your chair off to the other side. So you're using the other hand for balance. Standing on your left foot now. Right knee is up, abs are in, and we straighten, bend. So your knee is the hinge. So I want to be sure you're not lifting and lowering your leg from your hip. So this is really stable. And we're activating this quadricep. Every time you extend your leg, really squeeze this muscle. Now zip up through your core, stabilize. You can exhale here, last 4. Light touch on the chair or try to balance. Straighten that leg out, hold it, lower it down halfway, down and lift, down and lift. Again, your foot can be flexed. You can point your toe or mix it up a little bit. Just allow this leg to be really long. Now, when you lift your leg up, make sure you're not coming here. So stay tall. 3, 2, hold it up. And small pulses, we lift up and up and up. It's okay if your leg is down low. Just want the muscles working. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. Take it out to the side. You're going to slightly hinge your body on an angle. So I'm on a diagonal. My forearm is on the chair. And we lift the leg up, down. Now sometimes I like to put my hand on my hip because then I can feel if there's any movement going on here, if I'm rocking my body side to side. So this is going to help keep me honest and stable through my pelvis. Squeeze this medial glute, tensor fascia lata on the outer thigh. 2 more. Hold it up. Let's bend our knee to the back and straighten. So I'm not moving this upper leg at all from the hip complex. So I'm just bending the knee to activate the back of my leg. I like the foot flexed here, helps me activate my hamstring. Excellent. Last 4. 3, light touch on the chair. 2, hold the knee bent, push to the back wall, squeeze, release. Now I'm not letting my knee come forward much. I'm just going from neutral to behind me. 8, 7, 6. It's amazing what we can do without equipment sometimes, right? Not even using any weights here. Just body weight work. 2 more, squeeze. Last 1, straighten the leg out, lower it down, and we'll come into our stretch. So the ankle crosses the thigh. We bend the knee, come down, and drop your chest forward. Oh my. Sometimes the stretch is as intense as the strengthening exercise. I really feel that burn in my glute, that lactic acid. Maybe you can let go and balance. Can we give it a try? Last breath. And come all the way up. Okay, remove your chair from out of the way. Let's take a moderate hand weight. So I want you to use weights that you can do a lateral raise or an upright row. So it's going to be shoulder work. I'm going to reach for my 5s, see how this works today. You can always make adjustments. First position. We'll step the right foot out, plie, close into first, left foot out, plie, close to first. Now at your own pace, I'm going to pick it up to the music. How low do you feel comfortable going? Place your weights right in front. Let's start with upright rows. Pull it up, down, pull it up. Not too high, so we're not coming all the way up here. Moderating that lift of the elbows to just below shoulder height. So it's up to you which exercise progression you take that works best for your body. Either staying with upright rows or adding lateral raises. Down, up, down, up. We're going to feel a little bit of elevation in our heart rate because we're working a lot of strong muscles here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Just the legs, plie. Here, down, here. Turn your palms forward, curls. This gives us a chance to rest those shoulders a little bit. Palms can be facing up, or we can make this a hammer curl with palms parallel. Good. So we've got a lot of endurance going here for the lower body. If you need to take a break for the legs, just stop the plies and keep the arms going. Now staying with curls or front raise shoulder work. Good. Either one is okay. Listen to your body with any problems you might have in those shoulders. Good job, almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more to the left. Take a short break. Lower those arms. Just check in. So we have 4 exercises potentially. We're going to do 2 of each. 2 upright rows, 2 shoulder raises, 2 bicep curls, and 2 front shoulder raises. Let's start with our plies. To the right and to the left. Good. Now remember, if any of the shoulder raises don't work for you, you pick the exercise you'd like to do. All right, starting with upright rows. So we plie first. Pull it up. 1 more. Side shoulder raises. Bicep curls. Front shoulder raises. Upright rows. Mind-body connections, side raises. Bicep curls. Front shoulder raises. Upright rows. How we doing? Side lateral raises. Bicep curls. If this pace is too fast, just slow it down. Go at your own pace. Front shoulder raise. 2 more sequences. Upright rows. Up. Lateral raise. Bicep curl. Front shoulder raise. 1 more sequence. I'm not cueing. Just the plies for 8, 7. You can bring the weights at your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax and rest. So we're doing some single arm work. So you can stay with the one you have, or if you'd like to go a little heavier, we'll be working through the upper back. So I'm going to grab my 8, placing it in the right hand. Toes turned out nice and wide. I can support here. And I'm going to bend this left knee and come up, just this left side. So you want a nice wide position. It's up to you how much you bend here. So make sure this quad really activates. Right leg is straight. Now that right arm's going to reach to the knee and pull up. Down, up. Really strong muscle groups, so we should be able to do a fair amount of weight here. Now notice my body's rotating a little bit. So as I reach to the knee, my chest turns to face the leg. And when I rotate up, my chest turns to face forward. Excellent. We have 10 more on this arm. This is a nice pace, but again, if you need to slow down, form is before speed. Quality before quantity. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up center, switch hands. No arms to start, so we'll just bend this knee out and come up. So it's really good to break down an exercise just to make sure you have the foundation built. And then when you're ready, we'll use this left arm, rotate to the knee, pull up. So we're getting some bicep here as we bend the elbow, but the prime mover is the upper back, the deltoid and shoulder, and then our stabilization is our core as always. Let's put the breath, inhale, exhale. Either in through the nose, out through the nose, or in through the nose, out the mouth. 10, 9, 8. How we doing on endurance? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax down. So if you've got a fairly heavy weight, you might want to stay with 1, as we are going to bring it up above the head. And if you have shoulder issues, you can keep your elbows slightly bent and your elbows slightly forward. Otherwise, arms come straight up. We bend the elbow back and extend. So this is what I talked about when I said we're putting the muscle on stretch. So notice how much your triceps and your shoulders are stretched, especially when the weight is back behind your neck. Then we're really working through a nice range of motion. Now we can add a plie, down and up. Good job. We're going nice and slow with these because we have a good range of motion here, bending the elbows behind us. If it's difficult for you to raise your arms, you're more here with your shoulders, little less range of motion. 8 and 7. Can we take it a little deeper down in those legs? 6. Only if it feels okay. 5. Excellent. 4. Bring it up. And 3. Good tricep work. Brace your core. Last 1. And drop the weight right down, nice and easy. Okay, we're going to do what's called a superset, where we work the same muscle group twice. Small weights for this one, 2 of them. I'm going all the way down to my 3s. So we're going to work the tricep in this position by extending the arms behind us. So let's turn to the side. Step your right foot forward, your left foot back. Keep both legs straight. Hinge your upper body forward about 45 degrees. Lift your arms. We come up, halfway down. Up, halfway down. So our idea of strengthening and lengthening coming here is we should feel a little bit of a hamstring stretch in that front leg. So we're stretching the hammy while we're activating those triceps. Hold those arms up and pulse. Lift, lift, lift. But this is harder, Lisa, you say? It sure is. Let's just get 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up if you can. Then we go bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Now, I'm not bending a lot. I'm not swinging the arms forward. Maybe you can come forward a little bit more with your upper body to get a bigger stretch through those hamstrings. Almost there. 8 and 7. Back of your shoulder should be really talking in those triceps. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your arms. Oh, just in time. Come all the way up. Now we are going to balance on this front leg. So just let your arms relax, dangle, lift up off your back foot, and shift forward into warrior three. So this is our nice warrior balance pose. We're working on stabilization, strengthening the standing leg, activating the core, and we're letting our arms rest because we have another set of triceps. 2 more breaths. Your big toe can touch behind you. 1 more breath. And then drop that back foot down. We'll switch our legs. So your left foot steps in front. They're about 1.5 feet apart or so, not a really big stride. Hinge forward with your upper body. Find your stretch. Then the arms. Straight, lift, halfway down. Lift, halfway down. Now, if you've got light weights and this is still really hard, just set them down and do this movement with no weight because you're still going to get the work. You're going to get the range of motion in your shoulders that this is requiring. Anytime you need a break, just lower your arms, rest for a second, and then come back into the work. 3, 2, small pulses at the top. Up, up, up. Ooh, baby. Second set is always harder, right? Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold in place, and we go bend, straighten. Ah, that should have felt better already. Bend, straighten. Now remember, we're not swinging forward with the weights. We're just bending about halfway. 6 to go. 5, can we come lower into our stretch? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those arms. You're welcome. Come all the way up. Okay, let's balance on our front foot, our left leg. So shift your weight forward, lift up off your back leg. Just let your arms hang down and relax, but try not to allow your weights to roll your shoulder blades apart. Keep them extended and firing. Hips should be level. Stabilize your core, abs drawn in nicely. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Release down. Nice job. Okay, we're coming down onto the mat, and I'd like you to pick weights you can do chest presses with. This is going to help us with our push-up test, right? So I'm going to bring my 5s down because we're doing a lot of work. So let's come down onto your back. Take some time to get yourself comfortable there. How you feeling? We've been working hard today. So let's roll on down. Bend your knees. Bring those weights straight up from the chest. Now make sure you don't bring your weights over your face. So bring them down so they're slightly below the level of your shoulders, right over your chest, and we'll bend the elbows. Down, up. Good. Now your elbows can slightly touch the floor or just stay about an inch up off the mat. Let's come into table if this feels comfortable. Come into spinal imprint. So you're pressing that low back down into the mat. Now we can stay in table or extend the right leg out about 45 degrees. Keep it there. Your left foot could be on the ground. Either one is fine. So we're getting a lot of repetitions for the chest and triceps. If you need a break, take it. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving at a nice pace, working along that continuum of endurance. Let's try to keep it moving and switch the legs. So your left leg extends out about 45. In barre and Pilates, we point the toes, but if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can flex the foot, but just keep the ankle active so it's not hanging in space. Let's try to get 8 more presses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Both feet on the ground. All right, extend your legs out long. We are going to use our weights to help us do a Pilates roll up. So bring your weights up. Take them slightly above your head to get a little stretch. Then start to bring your weights forward. Curl your spine and see if you can sit up. Now, if you can't, I want you to go ahead and get yourself in a seated position and just come about halfway down. So if you can't come all the way up, then I want you to go here and then come back up. And then start to experiment with how far you can go back and then coming up. So we are going to take the next 2 minutes to work on this. So you're working on it at home, whatever degree you can go back. If you're here and coming up, that's okay. But the weights are like a counterweight. They're like a teeter-totter. So if you get those arms up and then bring your weights way out in front of you, they're going to help you to come up. Because honestly, I cannot do a roll up without the weights. Well, I can, but it doesn't look pretty. So I've got to use this extra 10 pounds that I have to help me to come up. Now, another reason you could be strong enough to come up, but you might not have the mobility in your spine to be able to do that. So you've got to be able to round your lower back to be able to peel up. We have 1 more minute, guys. Now, if you're just not successful with this at all, just stay on your back and do some lat pullovers right here. This is absolutely great, keeping your core engaged. You can also bend your knees on this one. You can try one leg straight. Ooh, that's more challenging. You can try the other leg straight. You have 30 seconds, guys. We have time for about 2 more. Nice job. Time for 1 more. And then I want you to roll down slowly all the way to your back. Good. Bend your knees. Bring the weights straight up. We'll come up into bridge and lower back down. Up into bridge and lower down. So with these weights, I'm going to give you a couple choices. If your arms are tired, you can set them to the floor, or you can put them right here on your hip creases to add some extra workload for your glutes. Or we can add 1 more tricep exercise. So we bend the elbows and straighten up. You can also hold your bridge up and just work on these tricep extensions. Lots of options, guys. That's what LisaBug classes are about. Making this your own, really owning it, doing what's best for your body. 15 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down from that bridge and release your weights. Hug both knees right into your chest for a little low back release. You can make some circles. Just release any tension from that lumbar spine. Okay, one of our mat Pilates exercises is called the scissor. So our right leg will come up. If it needs to bend a little bit, that's okay. The left leg will go long and we'll hold behind this thigh, so we're pulling it in towards us. Level 1, your head stays on the mat. Level 2, you're up in a curl up. So we're just going to release that leg and allow the legs to scissor and pull the left leg in. And scissor, pull the right leg in. Now you're going at your own pace. You can flex your feet or point your toes. If that neck gets tired, but you still want to do a curl up, then you're just going to support here. Compress your low back down into the mat. So we are strengthening, lengthening, and stabilizing. We have 30 seconds. You can also bend this knee in. This is called single leg stretch. If you laid back down, can you curl up again? Really use the rectus abdominis. Almost there, almost there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your head down, hug both knees back into your chest. Take a breath. Okay, it's time for bird dog. So take your time to roll over. You can scoop and lift here or roll over onto your side, coming into all fours position. All right, hands and knees. Here we go with stabilizing. We take the right leg straight back. Level off your hips, really straighten that leg. Extend the left arm forward. Reach everything nice and long. So we'll bring elbow to knee, scooping the abs in. Come in and out. In and out. So as we scoop in, hollow out your belly, really round the back up, activating the core. As we go along, we're coming into that back work, right along the spine. Everything is engaged. 2 more. 1 more. Hold your bird dog. Bend your right knee so you're pushing your foot up toward the ceiling and lift, 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 lift. If you need to put both hands down on the mat, that's okay as well. 2 more sets of 8. Really squeeze that glute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Abs drawn in. Try not to arch your back and drop your belly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your leg. Set your left hand on the mat. Tuck your right toes under and push yourself up into a down dog stretch. So I'm pressing my right heel to the floor And notice the top of my left foot. I want you to stretch the top of your arch. This is going to help you with a nice plantar flexion toe point. Right leg is really straight. Get that full calf stretch. All right, let's come on down, everybody. I want to stretch your right shoulder because you had your right hand on the mat for a long period of time. So let's do a thread the needle. Reach your right arm up, stretch, then thread your shoulder through and just relax here and hold this stretch. Left arm can reach above your head toward the top of your mat, or you can practice your back scratch test by bringing your left hand behind you and trying to reach your fingertips up toward your upper back. I want to throw that in anytime we can to really help with some progression in our shoulder flexibility. Okay, carefully release that back arm. Try not to wrench your shoulder and press yourself up back to hands and knees. Okay, find that nice neutral spine. Your left leg goes straight back. Your right arm goes forward and your thumb is up like you're shaking somebody's hand. Squeeze your left glute and really straighten that leg out. All right, let's go slowly, bringing elbow to knee, hollowing out. In, two, and out, two. Pull in and extend. So make this feel like an abdominal curl. So we're not just bringing the elbow and the knee together, we're rounding the back up like a cat stretch. 5 more. With the breath, exhale in the contraction, inhale in the lengthening. 2 more. Hold it out in your extension. Bend your left knee as you're placing your foot on the ceiling. And we lift. Up, up, up. Right hand can find the mat if you need to stabilize. Tiny little squeeze in your glute muscle. This will help release tension in your left hip flexor. Really zip up your core. We have 2 more sets of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. 8 to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your legs straight and bring the hands and knees or hands down. Tuck the back toes under. Push yourself up into your down dog stretch. So we're dropping the left heel down to the mat. We're stretching the top of the arch of the right foot. 2 opposing stretches done in your legs or in your feet. All right, come back to all fours, and we need to take a thread the needle to release the left shoulder. So left arm stretches up, inhale. Exhale, reach it through, just relaxing your shoulder down to the mat. Right hand can stretch up, or it can wrap behind your back. Oh, that's the hard side for me to do this. But I'm going to go where my range of motion can go today. Couple more breaths. Very carefully release that arm, facing your hands down to the mat. Bring yourself up. And then a full downward dog stretch. So tuck your toes under, lift both hips, and lower those heels down to the mat. Push away from your hands. Get a really nice posterior chain stretch. Good shoulder stretch as well. And then either walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands to come into a forward bend. And relax, soften your knees a little bit. Let your arms just dangle, maybe wiggle around a little bit here. Let everything relax. And then we'll restack the spine one vertebra at a time, rolling all the way up. Your head comes up very last. And we'll finish where we started today. Bring your feet ASIS distance apart. Nice tall spine. You can even close your eyes if you'd like. Let the arms raise as you inhale. Exhale halfway. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And again. One more time. Take a nice deep inhale, sweep the arms up. Drop the right arm, side stretch right. Breathe in. To the left. Breathe in, let the hands press together above the head. Drop the thumbs to the heart, close your eyes for a moment. As we honor and respect our bodies and where we are today in our fitness journey and in our practice. And we join one another by saying the light and joy that resides within me honors the light and joy in each of you. Namaste.